Double time!
Double time.
Double
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 114 of Double Time. We have a lot of catching up to do because although an episode was uploaded
my God, I
yesterday,
missed you guys.
that was from
Alright.
6 weeks ago. So we're here. It's Monday the 28th for us. This is coming out Wednesday the 30th. So we are much more up to date now with real time, and we're gonna get right into things. Prove it dropped. I think last time we podcasted, the video shoot was about to happen. I was about to fly out to Arizona. We did that, and we did it in 2 days. Technically, Ryan and Zane had to do a pickup shoot, but we got everything we mainly needed in 2 days. The whole music video, and like proper music video, not like Paradise where it's like a montage. This is like hardcore shit, and also our highest production value video yet. So it was quite the 2 days, and it was very fun, but it was also kind of stressful, but we did it.
Yay!
And by the time this video is out, or by the time this podcast is out, the video should be out. I had to delay the video because it needs some extra love. I don't want to compromise, or not compromise. I don't want to settle on this video. I want it to be good, and it needs some extra time in the edit. So it's supposed to come out on the 28th. It is not anymore. I didn't give a date for when it is coming out, so it might not be out yet either. Who knows? But it will be out if it's not right now. But you know, it is out, the song. So go stream that shit on all platforms.
Wow. Oh, we had a super fun time making this video that isn't out yet, and so you don't know anything about it.
Well, you guys have seen the trailers, and you've seen you know the vibes.
And so it was kind of crazy because like Noah, like he wasn't like supposed to come here to do it, but then we were like, no, what if you came here to do it? Would that be crazy? And then he came here to do it, and it was crazy.
And then we did it, so it was like cool because we did.
And then
it.
we like did that, and then like he left, and it was crazy.
Yeah, so got in on a Friday morning. We went right into shooting. We did like a black void setup. What the fuck is into Ryan's? We did a black void setup in Ryan's house, and then we did like the tarot card outfits, and then we used a brand new light. I'm actually using the same light right now. We got actual proper video gear for this shoot. We got C-stands, proper lights, diffusion boxes, honeycombs, the whole nine. We had 2 A7 IVs. Shout out Zane for getting like basically a cinema rig in the span of like 2 weeks. And we got big boy tripods, fill lights, fog machines, fake candles. Ryan made a fucking table for the shoot. We got cloaks. Ryan got a real sword. So it was quite the shoot. And we did it in multiple locations, different houses, different sides of the road, Ryan's neighborhood, Zane's mom's bedroom.
Ew, what? What'd you do in there?
What? So yeah, it's a good video. Just need some love in the edit, so I'm gonna crank on that. But it is finals week, and the Grammy U conference in New York just wrapped up, and also I have freelance shit and filming shit for more shit, and so it's just never not a busy time. So it's just hard to like lock in on anything for more than an hour. Yeah, keep an eye out for that video. The teasers are going crazy. I'm having fun with those. Just want the actual video to have the same quality, so gonna zhuzh up that. What's new, boys?
Not much. Just kind of like in your average April. So,
You know what holiday was in April?
Probably nothing important.
That's weird. Because I could have sworn it was Easter.
Oh my God, guys, give it up for Easter Sunday!
And somebody went on a big trip.
me fully conscious going on a trip for Easter, baby. Guys, I went on a super epic awesome trip for Easter Sunday. So basically,
Don't.
I was just kind of hanging out, I didn't have any super cool like Easter plans. I was just kind of like chill with the gang. But then I got a little text blast from my uncle, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you want to like come out for Easter to like LA and we can like chill?"
God.
And so I was like, "Yo, for sure." And so basically, I had to work the Friday before and the Monday after. So I was like, "We got 36 hours. Let's have the time of our lives."
Oh yeah.
And so that's what I did basically. The Saturday, the day before Easter, that morning at like 7 a.m. I was at the airport. The huge. Nothing interesting happened on the flight, on the 45-minute flight. Dude, it was so long and awful. I can't believe it wasn't in first class. And what the fuck is that?
Just had to check.
So yeah, I get there, we catch up because I see him only a few times a year, and what? Dude, what the fuck? You only see him like a fucking couple times a year. What the fuck?
It's like what? A couple times a year. Like. So.
So he was having Easter brunch, of course, because that's what you do on Easter. So we did, stop at a couple places, pick up some stuff, but then the real fun started when we were like, let's go hit the town for brunch because we gotta get some grub, because I'm not used to waking up this early, so I did not have breakfast. And so, oh, what the fuck, dude? You cannot skip. That's the most important meal of the day. You can't skip that. And so we were like, what's a cool like little place we can like stop, like a little joint we can stop by for some brunch? We're like, I got it. Let's go to the Abbey. And so that was us eating. And so for those of you who don't know, the Abbey is just a fun little mom and pop kind of place. Where you just have like a good time with like your friends. And so yeah, we had a great little brunch, little huevos rancheros. No, can I not fucking tell you what I had for brunch?
Huevos rancheros.
Dude, we have like huevos rancheros. Gavin, what does that mean?
Eggs. I don't know what rancheros means.
Well, it means egg something.
Egg rancheros.
So, I had like egg rancheros, and so I had a grand little time at brunch. And then we were like, oh man, this place is kind of cool. Maybe we should come back later. Foreshadowing. Okay, and then what the fuck? And then we had a fun little hiking adventure, because it was like I got like the local experience. I didn't have like the the tourist kind of shit. Like we went to like the local places, and so we went to this little place called Runyon Canyon. It was like a little hike spot, and I was stupid. I was like, dude, it's like 75. It's like nice out, and let me just like not switch my clothes. And so I'm hiking this fucking massive mountain with jeans on.
That's
and
awesome.
like fucking so it's kind of awesome. And I've heard you see a lot of celebrities there, but guys, I didn't see Kara. I didn't see anyone important.
Yeah,
so
they were with me. So
I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, they were with you. So
Yeah.
that's fuck, I should know.
is that like that? Is that like the trail?
Or so I've been told.
Yeah.
So we'll have to hit that one up because it was actually a cool spot.
Yeah.
But no, there was just like interesting characters. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like just fucking weird ass people.
Like
Like,
what? Like
there
who?
Like who? Like what? Like explain. I have a lot of stories, but I don't want to tell any of them.
Yeah, right. Because that wouldn't.
I just want you to know that I have the
Yeah.
stories. The only one that the only one I wrote down and really remember was that we were like behind like there was a bunch of like ways the things like crossed when we were, because like there's like more than like one like road, and so like there were these two guys that like went in front of us, and they were like big strong men. Oh yeah, oh yum.
Yep.
And so, we're walking behind them, and they're shirtless, of course. It's part of the story. I'm not just guys. Oh my god!
Fuck.
No, but then, so we're like on our way out, and there's this guy coming in. He's probably 50s plus,
Okay.
and he's walking in, like about to pass these guys, and he's like looking like at them like this. Like up and down, like both of them, like they're not even like trying to be discreet. Like he's like full body turned, walking like at them, and then he walks past them like this, and then he goes like this, and then he turns fully around, and then goes back and keeps walking.
Nice.
So just like, That's
awesome.
those are the kinds of awesome people you see at Runyon Canyon. But I do want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then yeah, we had a little release party to go to for what the fuck for these two artists who had some new music coming out. It was a little house party in the Valley.
Were they
Valley
named
Rap.
Double and were they named Double and Vision?
Nope, it wasn't us because we didn't have a song coming out. Valley Rap. I don't actually know if the songs are out yet, so I can't like tell you the songs.
Oh my god.
But no, the other thing was like, they had the thing on like the front gate that was like, if you come in here, you're consenting to being recorded. And I was like, what the fuck am I getting into? And then it was just a fun little interesting crowd. We watched some music videos, heard some live songs. Oh my god, it was so awesome.
Were they good?
It wasn't like my genre, so I can't
You
like
said
say
house?
if they're good or not. No, they were not house.
Oh, what was
They were
genres?
like, you know how much I'm really good at genres. It was like kind of like altish.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll try to find something after because it's I don't know, like indie.
Oh my
alt,
god, that's so
yeah.
fucking.
Just not my vibe. Just like kind of like not my vibe, but like it's like fun to be there.
I can say.
So we were there for like a hot minute, and then we were like, "Yo, what if we like blew this joint?" And
What if
like
we,
we
like,
went like
blew this
somewhere
house
else, like
up?
somewhere.
So
Guys, what if we set off the bomb that I put under the house? Guys, holy shit, there's a nuke under the Strike's house. Holy
Oh,
shit, dude, I got the
yeah.
detonator in my fucking hand. So you're like, let's get out of here.
yeah.
And so we were like, guys, where do we go on the Saturday night before Easter? Oh, let's hit the fucking club.
Yeah.
And so then we're driving around. We don't know exactly, we don't know where to go. And then we stop at this little joint called Akbar. It's a bar.
Bar.
Yeah, I was like, ew, bar. No, it's called Akbar. And so, like, it's this really, really tiny, like, spot. Well, granted, I haven't been to many bars for context. I've been to,
Loser.
like, I've been to, like, 3 college bars at, like,
You're a
ASU, and they
loser.
are awful, and I hate them, and I don't ever want to go there again. So I was like, I don't really know what bars are like. Dude, I'm not a loser.
You are.
No. Not anymore, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, so we go to this one, and then for context, my uncle is in his 50s-ish. I don't know how old he is. I'm gonna be real with you. I know he's in his 50s though. Like, we go to this thing, and there's a bouncer there, and then my uncle walks in, and I'm like getting my wallet out to do it, and the guy just doesn't say anything. So I just keep walking. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you not ID me? I definitely look like a child.
Oh.
So then I was having a little bit of an identity crisis, and I was like, holy shit, how old do I look? And then I was...
You had the beard,
and then,
though,
well,
right?
then I was like... I did
Oh,
have the beard.
yeah.
But I was like, I think I look over 21, but I don't think I look old enough to not be ID'd. You know what I mean? But I was like, maybe California's like different. Maybe they're chill with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But this is also foreshadowing for something that will happen very shortly. That we'll bring this all back together. What the fuck was like? And so then we go to that one. There's like 4 people in there.
Nice.
It's just not. It was not the vibe. So we go to that one. We're like, guys, let's hit the next bar. Where the fuck we go in?
Is it just you and Unky?
Yeah, it's just me and Unky.
Okay. You keep saying
Saturday
guys,
is just me and
I thought
Unky.
you were like,
No, like 4th person.
okay,
pronoun, you know what I mean?
right.
And so then we go back to like the thing. The Abbey is like on a whole like road of just like bar after bar after bar. And so we're like, guys, let's hit. I know it's not a vibe. So we're like, guys, where should we hit next? And so then we stop at this little place called the Revolver.
Chick.
Yeah, you know how much I love my Second Amendment.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're stopping there.
Yeah.
So we go in. I get ID'd.
They throw you out.
Yeah, they say you're fucking a little baby. Get the
You're
fuck
a
out of here.
baby bitch.
And then I was like, okay, here, because the first place just did not have the vibe. This one was better, but not great. What the fuck? And so I was like, okay, I'll get a little lemon drop just to like to get one. Because I was like, at the first place, I was like, I don't know what to get because nothing really like sounds good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't go to bars very often. I don't know what to get. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a fucking vodka cranberry because I don't like cranberry juice and I don't really like vodka either. But you know, so I was like, I don't know what to get. And then at that place, I was like, oh, I remember that lemon drops are a thing that exists. Let me get one. And it was not very good, but I got it anyway.
Was it a gay
Is
bar?
that dark chocolate?
Mm-hmm. Was it a gay bar?
Pretty much everything in LA is a gay bar, but yes,
Okay. So did they pour heavy?
I think so.
The fuck?
Based on how I felt later, I would assume so. Unless it's just that it's been a long time. I don't know if it was just a double whammy.
Right.
So I had a little something, and then my uncle runs into someone who like he knows that hosts like a trivia night at some other place, and so they're like, you know, saying, "Oh, dude, it's nice to see you," whatever. And then my uncle's like, "Yeah, I'm here with my nephew," and the guy's like, "Oh, your nephew, wink." And so I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Nice. That's awesome.
And so then I was like, "Oh God, they probably didn't ID me at the other bar because they thought we were a couple."
Nice.
And they didn't think this guy in his 50s would be with someone who's under 21 and take him to a bar. And I was like, oh, that's
new strap.
something.
Not that we need.
Yeah,
not
new
that we need a strap, but
yeah, new strat. Go to a bar with someone in their 50s so they'll let you in without checking your ID. Okay, I'll know for next time. I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, the guy winks at him. It's, you know, shake hands, whatever. Yo, shut up, bro. And then that place was pretty cool. It'd be a fun place to be with the boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you giggling?
I'm just not over. I'm just not over. Sha. I'm gonna start saying that.
Sha.
Sha.
And so we're like, okay, this place is cool, but like, drink is gone. Let's hit the fucking next place. And then we're like, guys, where do we go? There's only like fucking 12 places to choose from, but like nothing's like calling our name. And so we're like, guys, something was right down the road. Like, let's go back to guys. Meaning me and my uncle.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Guys, where do we go? No, we have not amassed a crowd at this point. It's still just me and my uncle.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, what if we like went back to the Abbey? Because now it's nighttime and it's awesome, and there's actually people there, and it's not that it wasn't awesome before, but now it's actually, you know, the Abbey.
Now it's extra awesome.
Now it's extra awesome. And so then we go over to the Abbey. You know, you got the music bumping. We got some cool ass shit. You know, the lights are down. It's like pink everywhere. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, guys, I gotta get one more drink. One more drink.
One more
And so
drink.
I get some strawberry something from the like drink menu, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I had like a whole fucking strawberry in it. So I was, you know, chopping on that. I was like, so that was good. Yeah, there's a lot. That was probably the best place to be. We definitely got to hit that place up, right, Gavin?
Oh yeah.
So definitely got to hit that one up. There's a lot of dancers in the building, of all varieties. So that was awesome and cool and awesome.
Sexy.
And sexy and cool and awesome. And so yeah, we had a grand old time there, and then we were like, guys, we got to call it a night because we got to get up real early for Easter brunch tomorrow, because that was the whole event. That's the whole reason I was going there. And so I'm up bright and early at like 9 a.m. You know, we're making Easter. We're cooking some shit. I'm making the fruit salad. I'll throw a little picture for everyone to
Thank
see.
you.
Because I was like, guys, I'm fucking just so you have it here. Like this, I was cooking up the bunny. I was cooking up the fruit bunny. And so yeah, then I got to meet all of my uncle's LA friends. And we had a gay old time. So it was awesome. I met all these cool, awesome people, and there was this one girl who was doing like tarot readings, and I was like, this is on brand. Okay. And so like, I know, I was like, this
Guys, if you don't know, the Prove It
minute.
video is a tarot card reading about being cheated on. What the fuck?
And so everyone was getting their shit, and then I was like, okay, guys, it's on to me. And everyone's like, guys, Ryan, you have to do one. And I was like, guys, you don't have to do it. And then they're like, no, Ryan, you have to do it. And I was
Is
like,
there
okay,
like
fine, I'll do
pressure
it.
to do a tarot card reading? Like, why is it like,
No.
oh fuck, like?
Well, no, they were just like, guys, who's next? Who's next? And they're like, Ryan, you have to be next. And I was like,
And you're like, oh my god, no, I don't want to be next. I'm scared.
I was like, oh my God,
Like, what the fuck?
And so yeah, I got mine. It was about, I asked about my career because I was like, well, because of course everyone at the thing is like, are you in school right now? Because you were like a little baby. And I was like, no, I just graduated, but I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But I'm not like concerned about it yet. I'm just not there yet. And so then I was like, okay, give me a little reading about my future career. Tell me about it. Yeah, and then I locked in real quick.
Yeah.
And so there were 2 cards that were flipped for me. It was not a full spread. It was just, one card and then another one that was influenced to also flip over. So I was like, okay, chill. I don't remember the exact cards. I know one of them was Pentacles, I think. But I know the meaning was, at first it was like, dude, you can't keep giving if you have nothing to give. And you have to like, look, you have to like, be full like with yourself first before you can like, what the fuck? Before you can like, pass that on to like other people and like give more. And I was like, okay, I'm hearing you, I'm seeing you, I'm hearing you. And then another thing, and then it was like, you gotta like really like for your career, you gotta like focus on your finances right now. And I was like, okay, I'm not broke, but like fuck you. And I was like, okay. And then she kept saying like, you gotta like focus on, paying back student loans and shit. And I was like, girl, you do not know me. I'm not broke like that. I don't have student loans. I didn't say that, but it was implied.
Right.
And so I was like, guys, what are my money problems? Or am I about to go into a lot of money problems? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And then she was like, okay, like no matter what you do, the cards are telling me like, do not loan money out to people right now because they will not pay it back. And I was like, who the fuck am I giving loans to? But I guess I guess nobody now because the cards told me not to.
Right.
So yeah, for my foreseeable career future, I need to get on the grind, make bank, and not give it out to people. So that's kind of.
I feel like that's just like standard, but
that's what the cards told me.
So
that's
special.
Yeah, so it's special in person.
yeah. Oh, okay.
And so I got to pay off all my loans. Shit.
Yeah.
That's bad. Okay. Yeah, so I got to look into that. And then, yeah, fun little brunch. And then that was like the end of the 36 hours, and then I was back on a plane. And then the only thing I wrote down from the flight home was that on this one, they actually came by with the drinks and the little Biscoff shit. Because on the first one, they didn't, which is like, what the fuck? I want my Coke Zero.
Right.
But the guy gave me the little Biscoff shit, and I was like, thank you. And he was like, you're welcome. I was like, okay.
What the frick?
So yeah, I wrote down.
Wait, hold on.
Just says, flight cookies, you're welcome, with a lot of P's.
All right, we're good. Sorry.
So So yeah, that was
A flight cookie
pretty
with a
much
lot
my
of
LA
ease.
story. So yeah, that was my Easter LA extravaganza.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm having a dilemma because I'm like, well, because as you know, I hate LA and I never want to be there ever.
You hate LA?
But I hate big cities, and that includes LA.
Yeah, what I tell you in New York, yeah.
Huh?
We'll get to it.
Whatever,
So,
man.
So, well, I never want to like live in a big city, but then I was like, this, having the you're fucking awesome and cool because you're different than people. But I was like, yeah, this isn't as awful as I thought it would be.
Haven't you
Having
been
a
to LA?
local experience, not as like a local, like I
Oh.
had the local experience.
Oh, right.
Like I went to a Lowe's, you know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah.
We had to get plans for the party.
Oh, okay.
But it was, it was like a normal living. So I was like, maybe it's not actually awful.
Yeah,
So now I have to go back. So
we do.
that was my LA. That was my LA trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss Unky.
I know you have to see Unky again.
I do. We need to get Blue Raz Margs again.
Yeah, we have to get Blue Man's Mars again.
Gavin and I took a little trip.
Where did you guys go? What?
We went to New York City.
Oh yeah,
New York.
that's not.
Concrete
jungle where dreams are made of.
Yeah, we went to New York for the Grammy U Conference 2025 in NYC. But first, I went to a little like goodbye house party for Jay Hutch, and it was quite the time. Saw a lot of people I knew. Saw a lot of seniors that are graduating. And I had not eaten anything the day of, so I only had 3, but it felt like I had 12. I had quite the morning because I had only gotten 2 hours of sleep, and then I had to get on a flight to New York. So it was interesting. But then I landed and it was fine.
Wow.
I chose to not torture myself as much.
Gavin did not drink.
Yeah.
I did not drink, and I did
what?
eat.
Right.
I ate a fat In-N-Out burger. Driving to Vegas, and then I flew out. I think I left at like 10. The flight left at 10:50, and then got to New York at
PM.
like 10:50 p.m. Got to New York at like 7 a.m.
Oh yeah.
So
That sounds awesome.
it was pretty awesome.
So yeah, we got there, and Gavin's not even like a Grammy U member. He just heard New York and wanted to go, so he drove down from Utah, flew out of Vegas. I had to go. I mean, I wanted to go, but I went because I fucking did the shit. I worked the event, and I did the shit, and it was the biggest event Grammy U has ever done. So we got there, and me and Claire, the Nashville rep, were on the same flight out, so that was good. I had some moral support on the way out when I was struggling, and then we landed, we Ubered, and then I get to the Hilton Times Square, baby, and then I said, Gavin, where the fuck are you? I don't see you. And then he said, hold on, I'm walking there. And then he walked right in, and then we hugged and kissed, and then
Aww.
and then we so it was all good. I was like, holy shit, we're here. And then we went up, and like neither of us have been in New York City in almost 15 years. So basically we've never been in New York City. And we walk in, and I'm like expecting, the lobby to be on the first floor. And then we walk in, and it's just like this hallway. with like one tiny little like podium desk and then 2 elevators, and then so you have to go in there and then you have to go up the elevator and then you're in the lobby. So we get in the lobby, and then I'm like, oh fuck, it's 10 a.m. There's no way we're gonna be able to check in, and I need to like, you know, drop my shit because I have a roller bag and my camera bag, and then, you know, get ready for life, and then so I go up, and I'm like, we're here. You know, is there any way we can check in? And then did she say no at first, Gavin? I forget.
I think she just offered it straight up. She was like, "Can't check in until 4," but like she never explicitly said no. But the check-in wasn't until 4,
Yeah.
like regularly.
So the app, this is fucking annoying. The app, I'm like, look on the way in the Uber to the hotel. I'm looking at the Hilton app, and it's like check-in available now, and I'm like, okay, cool. So we're clear. And then we get up, like to the hotel. I click check-in, and then it's like select check-in time, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? So then I go up to the desk, and I'm like, hey, like, you know, what the fuck? And then she's like, for $100, you can check in early. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So then I did it. Because I kind of had to, because I had to drop my bag. I had to like change, build a rig. Like, so I was like, you know, I don't want to deal with this. So we went up, had a stellar view of the Empire State Building.
That was an upgrade.
Oh yeah, and we got upgraded. So I was like, all right, for free too. So the power of the Hilton card.
For $100. The power of $100.
No, the 100 was just to check in early. We got an upgrade because we paid for a room that was available right now. So then we go up to the room, stellar view of Times Square, and then what happened? I don't know what happened. I was still like I was like gone at this point.
That's when the acid hit.
Yeah.
We got into the room and then we were like, "Wow, I'm
in New York City."
Wow, we're in New York City, guys. Did we go eat?
We did.
feel like
Yeah.
we
Oh
went-
yeah. I had to download like videos for the conference that I needed because I'm doing live stream playback. Like, you know, I need videos. And then we go down to the lobby. I got a Caesar salad with chicken. Aunt Sally's salt and vinegar chips, whatever the fuck. And then I think that was it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I had a bagel with egg and bacon
Oh,
from
yeah.
earlier that I bought. So
Oh yeah. And then we go up, finish downloading shit, we both shower, we're locked in, ready to go. We go to the venue because the conference is the same day. So we had to get there at like I had to get there at 12. So we get there right at 12. We walk in, people are loading shit in, Grammy U shirts everywhere, volunteers helping out. Gavin's rolling with me. We see some of the reps like, hey guys, what's up? So then Gavin and I built like 3 activations up in the upper level. We moved the big $15,000 gramophone into the one of the activations.
big Grammy.
Oh yeah, it was just a lot of setup, and then I think doors were at 3. I don't remember, 2 or 3, and then the room was like filled. It was sick. There were a ton of people, and then we had like custom Grammy U coffee, and like we had like mock interviews with industry people and resume reviews, headshot station, and then that entire time there was the mixtape music videos playing in the room. So Paradise played in front of the whole room, and then a video I did for a Belmont girl, Callista Kwan, also played in that loop because she's a Grammy U member. So pretty sick. Then show starts. Coco Jones comes out, super nice. My rep intro video played on the stream and in the room and all that. It was sick. Coco was super nice. And then we're like, her panel ends, and then we go up to take a picture all up on stage, and then I have to like go on my tippy toes to get up because there's so many freaking people and it's a small area. And then Sam was like, Noah, are you on your tippy toes? And I was like, I sure am. And then like I'm right next to Coco, and then she turns to me and she's like, Noah, I know your calves are burning right now. It's like, okay, you got me. And then I was like, so nice to meet you or something, or like, thank you for, and then she was like, it was so nice to meet you, Noah. And I was like,
And then she gave you a kiss on the cheek.
yeah.
Aw.
So, and then Gavin was chilling with me the whole
What was
time.
after?
It was, I should know this. Coco. Oh, it was the industry, the A&R guy. Then an industry panel happened with an A&R guy and like a label executive, and Blue to Tiger, who's like a bassist, producer, DJ, artist. She's a double vision, pretty much. In terms of like she does everything. And then oh, I get it now. And then Gavin was chilling with me the whole time in the video area. There were like MasterCard activations. There was like a rep interview or member interview area. And then
They had free snacks.
they had free food and snacks. And then we had pizza in the back in the production room. And then there was it was called Influencing the Industry panel with like influencers, and I don't really know, honestly. But they were
I
cool.
didn't know those people, but
Yeah. They were like more TikTok-y people.
TikToker.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, we were there super late night one, and I was running off 1 hour of sleep. I think I said that wrong. I got 1 hour of sleep. So running off 1 hour of sleep, having to do all that shit, and then we went to bed at like 12.
After getting 5 Guys.
Oh yeah, we got back to the hotel, and then we noticed a Five Guys across the street in Times Square, and we were like, "Are we doing this?" So then we went down and got Five Guys, and saw like a whole biker gang came through Times Square, which was sick. And then, oh, Gavin, we have to tell Ryan the elevator thing. You tell him. I've been talking.
Oh gosh. Yeah, just literally, wasn't it the lobby one? It was to
Yeah,
go
it
from
was
the
like
lobby
when
down to the
it was when
ground
we were
level.
first leaving to go to the venue. It was
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah, so we're just trying to leave, and we get in the elevator, and the doors being kind of
hotel.
stupid. Yeah. So we're going down, and this guy walks in, like sort of last second. The door like tries to close, doesn't close all the way, then it opens back up, and then it closes almost all the way, and the dude just goes up and kicks it. Like out of nowhere, it's just like
he comes in the elevator. He's in there fine. He's like standing, like waiting for the door to
Yeah.
close so we can go down. And then as it's closing, he's just like, and then he like front kicks the door, and it still closes. And then
Yeah.
he just goes back to his spot and just stands.
it doesn't do anything after that. Like no, like
And it
kinda
wasn't like a
awesome.
homeless dude or like anyone like sketchy.
No,
It was,
totally
like,
normal.
somebody at the hotel. Like, yeah, I was like, so
Just kicks the
that was
door.
the first like weird shit. And then I don't even. We saw a lot of weird shit, but
Yeah, for real. In the morning on the way, because I took the subway from the airport,
yeah.
so I took the air train, and then I took the subway all the way. So I was on the subway for like probably an hour, and there was just this dude in the corner who was eating like he had like a bag from somewhere. He was eating breakfast, but he was just talking to himself the entire time. Like there were a few times that he like would look over and just say some really random stuff, and he'd laugh at himself. It was kind of awesome.
Most normal guy in New York.
Yeah.
and then we got Five Guys, pigged out, died,
Freaking good.
and then we had an 8 a.m. call time the next morning. So that was fun. So we got up early, showered. They had breakfast at the venue, thank God. So we went right back to the venue. Doors were at 9, so quick little set back up for some stuff, and then Gavin, what happened with Thomas?
Gosh.
So Gavin's like in with the whole crew at this point. So they're like joking with him.
Yeah,
They're like,
I'm just-
Gavin, like we need you over here. Like he's like
Yeah.
in. Gavin's in at this point.
But yeah, Thomas is like he's just kind of there, and I'm just talking to him for a second. He
Thomas
pulls out
is
his
the
camera,
one
and
of the
I'm like,
freelance
whatever.
videographers
Yeah.
who's like helping
Um,
with day of production stuff.
And just out of nowhere, he like starts talking. He's like, I normally don't do this, but like, it's just the craziest thing that I saw. So like, I had to record it. And he pulls out his phone and he shows it to me, and it's just a dude like laid out underneath like the scaffolding next to a building, sort of close to the venue. Apparently, this is where he saw completely naked, like going at it. I was like, what?
He had to
frick?
show you.
Yeah, just
Gavin,
out of
Gavin,
nowhere.
look.
No, he pulled
Yeah.
Gavin aside. He's like, it was like one-on-one.
Gavin,
Yeah,
no one else
'cause-
can see this. Look.
Because I was just talking to him about like camera stuff for a second, and I was like, he was
Yo,
setting
this is
it
in
up
4K.
and
Look.
doing stuff, and then just that's what he decided to show. I was like, what
Huh.
the frick? So then I like leave and I'm laughing, and then I go up to
And
Noah
I
and
was like,
I'm
dude,
like,
airdrop that real quick.
no. I'm like, Noah, you gotta. I just saw a weird
No, you
scratch.
gotta see this.
So then I
Look.
went up to Thomas. I was like, I heard you made a little friend.
Yeah.
And he pulls it up. I'm like, all right.
Huh.
So then we got our
Kinda
bagel with cream cheese. And then we were talking about Thomas and I were talking about Casey a bit because I was telling him about Jack. So for reference, Jack Coyne was moderating the Leve panel on day 2. We got Leve for day 2. And Jack Coyne was Casey Neistat's like right hand man for a while, like in the vlogs, and he worked at Beam and all this. So I watched him and Casey like 10 years ago, and they're like half the reason I picked up a camera in the first place. So this is like super full circle for me. So I was telling Thomas that, and then we were talking about Casey for a bit, and then doors open, and then people start coming in again. Today's more chill because today ends at like 2, so it's like 9 to 2 rather than like 3 to 3 to
3 to like freaking 11.
Yeah, so more chill. And then Lawrence the band, we also got them for an Unwrapped. So Unwrapped is like, it's the same thing we did with Offset. So it's like they open up their Logic sessions or whatever and like show the production and talk about like, it's more of like a producer engineer event than like a industry event or something. So they had super cool production and like used a lot of like real world sounds, and it was just cool to hear from them. So they came, they were super nice. And then I see Jack walk by, which by the way, this venue is crazy because like people had to walk through the front to like get to the back like green room. So Jack walks in like through the front.
to get to the back of the
So Jack walks through and I see him like pass by the video area and I'm like, "Ugh." So I'm like, holy shit, he's here. So then Leve, or wait, yeah. Then Lawrence finishes, then Leve all right. Leve gets introduced, and then Jack and her go on, and then they talk for like an hour, and then it ends. Everything went well on video playback side because we're running a show in-house and on live stream, and there's differences in what can be shown and what can be played between in-house and live stream. And then also we're recording everything too for like full panel recording. And then so it's just like a lot of shit to keep track of, and it's just me and Andy, so it's just like a lot, but everything went well. And then so I stepped down to go backstage, and then Jesse like introduces me to Jack, which was nice because it wasn't just like a hi bye thing. We got to like actually talk for like 5-10 minutes backstage, and then throw a picture. And then I just told him, I was like, thanks for everything, like you and Casey are the reasons like I started this, and now I'm doing like video for all this shit. And he was like, you could tell he was genuinely like, oh wow, like he actually appreciated it. So, and he was like listening, and then he was like, so what's your plan? And I was like, I'm studying audio at Belmont, like I do music production and all that, but I also do video and stuff. I told him about Belmont Tracks, and then Jesse was like, and you have double vision. I was like, all right. And I was like, yeah, I have a music buddy. We do songs, but it's kind of more for just like resume stuff and just showing what we can do. And then
That's all I am to you.
yeah, you're just a
There's
music
a
buddy.
line on a resume.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch.
Okay, you wish. And then I was like, yeah, I've produced for like other artists and stuff too.
Meet
But
me under the scaffolding.
Yeah.
I was like, I produced stuff.
Callback. That's a call.
I was like, I produced stuff for other artists too at Belmont and stuff, but I was like, probably video because that's just like my bread and butter. And then I was like, we were backstage, so I was like, do you mind if we just take a picture? Like, I was just gonna do a selfie, and then he's like, yeah, let's go to like the background. So we went to the conference, Steph and repeat, and then had somebody actually take it, which was nice. So he's just like, he's a good guy. So it was cool to meet him, and just tell him like thanks for everything and just what I'm doing now. So, and then I think that was it. And then right after
Yeah.
Leve had ended, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They brought up
Uh,
like a bunch of instruments too for stuff. And I think I was a little more excited about the freaking guitars that they brought.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Because Blue to Tiger brought up a bass, and then Lawrence had a Nord keyboard, and then Leve had a guitar because she played an unreleased song for us. It was like a surprise performance.
Yeah. They didn't know what she was
So-
gonna do, so they brought two.
Yeah.
And then she
So
just
while
had
we
to
were setting
continue
up, and
acoustic,
since
but-
Gavin was like assistant stage tech with Chris, like Gavin was freaking out about the guitars. So, oh yeah.
Yeah, it was freaking sick.
Yeah. And yeah, shout out Chris for being sick. You know who you are. And shout out to all the volunteers and people that came. So it was a good event. And then we had a little break, so Gavin and I explored a little bit. We went to Times Square during the day. How was that, Gavin?
It's pretty great. It's pretty good. We decided to. Is this when we went? Did we go to the M&M place?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided to stop at the little M&M store, and it was pretty cool. Had 2 stories, and there were a
Wow.
bunch of people in there.
Oh yeah. I got scanned for my M&M color. I'm dark
Yeah,
blue.
he's dark blue. Dark blue M&M.
So
So it's pretty awesome. So then we left there. And at this point, we hadn't eaten like freaking anything.
oh wait.
Give us.
Sorry, I just remembered the sneezing guy.
Oh gosh, yeah. we'll toss it in there. But they'd given us what, like the bagels. I was eating.
Yeah, we
snacks
had,
and
like,
stuff.
Half a bagel and like half a Jimmy John's.
Yeah,
So we were like, holy frick.
not
we
even
need
half.
to-
Jimmy John's was like a quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were hungry as frick. But like on the way, just walking, we see this guy.
We're in Times Square. We're like, where the fuck do we go for food? Like,
Yeah. And he's holding. Does he just have like bouquets of like roses
he had like individual like roses, but like
Yeah.
bunched up in each hand.
in
And
both
I
hands?
think
And
he
he's
was, like,
just
selling them, and he's like wearing
Yeah.
a sign that's like roses $6, like something like.
he's on the corner just like trying to sell them. And we're walking right past him. We're like right in front of him, and he's about to sneeze. And he puts his head back and stuff, and he does like a full-on squat
like,
all the way
middle
to the
squat.
ground. Yeah, and then sneezes like. Both the bouquets
He
of
goes-
roses
he
in his
goes
hand.
like that. He goes, fuck. He goes, F you. Like
Yeah,
that.
and like spreads them out.
Yeah, like literally like this.
Imagine like a condor or phoenix holding roses and just goes all the way down like that's what he did, and he sneezed, and it was funny.
So,
Middle of the road, just in the corner, like
oh yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
So yeah. So that was our break, and then we went to a Mexican place, and
Yeah,
it looked kind of rough on the outside. So we were like, "Glee," but then we go in, and it was vibey, and the food was freaking good. We sat at the bar.
Totolache.
We waited like a fat minute. Yeah, Totolache. Go to it. Tell me no. Actually, don't tell me no. 'Cause we can't leak that. We'll get to that later. But we sat at the bar. We waited forever at the bar. And then we got burrito tacos, and I got a blueberry margarita, fucking really good. And then we went back to the hotel, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then we showered, Got ready because that night was the Grammy U showcase with Samara Joy, 5-time Grammy winner. So, we had a nice little break, got ready, and then we showered, refreshed, and then we walk outside, and it starts to fucking rain. So, it was like actually raining hard as frick. So Gavin and I got pretty drenched, but then we subwayed down to Bowery Electric where it was, and then we walked the wrong way like 3 times, and then we eventually got there, and then we get there, and the bouncer for the freaking venue was like we have like all access badges, our sign is on their door, like, you know what I mean? And we get there, and the bouncer is like, do you guys have a host? Because until the host gets here, like, I can't let any of you in. Meanwhile, the director of the New York chapter for the Academy is being told that he's not allowed in. Like, we're all just like waiting there. And then he's like, yeah, until I need a host. Unless the host is here, I can't. And we're like, we freaking work here. Like, what are you talking about? And then eventually, Jada, the Philly rep, comes out, and she's like, oh, you guys are all up here. Like, Kat and Jesse are looking for you. And we're like, oh, to the freaking bouncer. And then he's like, oh, okay, you guys can go in. Like, so then, like, so then we go in. Venue is small as frick, like, even for New York.
Tiny.
And this is like, yeah. So a lot of people had to cram, and it was kind of cool because on video, I got to be like right up at the stage filming, so it was nice. But like, holy frick, that was a packed venue. But then they had a bar, and we had 3 Grammy U like showcase performers open up for Samara Joy, and then same thing. Samara Joy came through the front, so she walked through the whole crowd to like get to the green room, and then she came back out and then did songs, and they were freaking crazy. And the band was nuts, and then we ended, and that was it. And then said final bye to some reps because this is the last time we're all gonna be together. And then after that, we waited like a fat minute for Ubers because Ubers in New York are annoying and they cancel. And we also had like a ton of stuff to put in the cars to like bring back to the New York RA office. But once that was taken care of, we went to the TikTok Diner.
TikTok.
What is the TikTok Diner? Tell me about it.
Tell him, Gavin.
The TikTok Diner is in the Wyndham, New York, or whatever. I don't know. It was like right underneath
New Yorker Hotel.
The New Yorker. The New York.
It's a diner in the hotel.
Yeah, it's
That's
inside.
called TikTok.
So we went with some of the reps there, and they have breakfast all day, baby.
What? I love breakfast.
So you already know we got some chocolate chip pancakes
at 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, those are freaking good though.
Yeah.
We got some what they call, what the frick was it? Like fiery
Great
balls
balls
of
of fire.
Yeah, great balls of fire, and it was just macaroni and cheese balls with some sriracha ranch. That ranch was kind of
What?
interesting. The balls were all right, but
They were not
I
great.
mean, they weren't the best. Yeah, I've had better mac and cheese balls. But it's pretty good. Everybody got some good food. I don't know what else.
I walked down to the bathroom. Well, I walk back out to the lobby because I'm like, I can't find the freaking bathroom. And then I'm like, where's the bathroom? They're like, back in the TikTok Diner to the left downstairs. I'm like, okay. So
TikTok.
I go down. I open the door, and it is like already like it's a dingy staircase. Like it's like not great. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? But it's like, it's a hotel. It should be closed off. Like, okay. I walk in the bathroom. I open the door, and then I just hear, "Hey," like that, like literally like that. And I literally like froze. I was like, and then I look, and there's like clothes draped over like a stall in the corner, and then I just see 2 like feet just like standing in the stall, like bare feet, and I'm like, ugh. So, and then I just hear him. He starts to like, like in the corner.
Chips.
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit.
Chips.
Literally. So I go do my thing, and then he starts laughing, and I'm like, holy fuck, I gotta get out of here. Like, what the fuck?
You stayed in there?
Yeah, I had to go.
He had to pee.
What the fuck?
So I was like ready, but I was because it was like because it was like
Chips.
because it was like stalls, dividing wall, urinals, and then like central door out. So I like we had a wall in between. So I was like ready, but I was like, okay, like I can do this quickly. So then I did my thing, and then I left, and then as I left, I just keep hearing like from the freaking
Come back soon.
like
Good luck.
so then yeah. So then I go back up. He's like, enjoy your chocolate chip pancakes.
Yeah. Have fun at table 23.
Yeah. Like so
I'll
then
be back with you in a minute.
so then I go back up.
Holy shit, it's the waiter. Fuck.
Yeah. So then I go back up, and then I go back out to the lobby, and I'm like, hey, there's like a naked dude in the stall making noises. I don't know what's going on. And then the guy at the desk, he's like, downstairs? I'm like,
Again?
yes.
Ugh.
I just asked you where the bathroom was. Yes, downstairs. Where you
Yeah,
just
Where
told
the
me to
fuck
go.
did you come from?
Yeah. Like, yes, where you just told me to go. Yes.
We don't
Like,
have a bathroom downstairs.
yeah. Like, what is the TikTok diner? Like, so then he was like, and he doesn't even say like, oh, sorry about that, or like, oh, we'll get somebody. He just turns around. He's like, where's Enrique? Like, what the fuck? So then I'm like, all right.
It takes care of it.
So then I just go back in, and I'm like, nothing like a naked man in the stall. And everyone's like, what? So then I tell them, and then we just carried on.
Had a
and-
real grand time.
yeah. So
Wink,
So-
Shaw. Everyone was like, Shaw.
everyone's like, shot. Yeah, I went up to the stall. I was like, shot, dude. And then then we got our food, and then Sam and Della joined us because they were stuck at the New York office helping out with some unloading stuff. And then we were like, guys, let's all go to Times Square. And then some reps were like, I'm too tired. So we were like, what the fuck? But then me and it was me, Eiley, Jania, and Gavin at like 2:30 a.m. My mom's gonna kill me if she hears this. We decided to walk to Times Square because we're close. They haven't seen it yet. We're like, okay, we're up there anyway, so we can just go back to our hotel. Like, let's do it. So then we go, and we start walking. It's fine. And then like 2 minutes in, we pass this like group of like 6 to 8 like hooded dudes, and then they're already like, you know, kind of sus, but we just keep walking, and then we're like, I don't know, 50 feet ahead of them, and then we just hear, "Hey, girl in the blue denim jacket," and Jania next to me is wearing a fucking blue denim jacket. I'm like, fuck, here we go.
And then you're like talking to yourself, and you're like, God, I would hate to have to use my gun right now.
Yeah. So
I hate that I have to carry my gun around in case I need to use it.
So then we all kind of are like, because he keeps fucking saying it, and like, and then he starts like, he's like, "Hey, slut."
And then he's like, chips.
Oh, yeah, it's the same guy from the bathroom.
Yeah. It's like, remember me?
Yeah. And then, well, then he's like, well, first of all, like, Eiley and Jania thought the guy was talking about each other. So they didn't, like, thank God neither one of them turned around or said anything, because, like, that would have been it. So, like, we keep walking, we're just, like, ignoring them, and then, but it's, like, going on for, like, 5 minutes, and we're like, all right. And then eventually he's like, damn, that ass looked good. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all
And
right.
you're like, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks. I like flash him real quick.
Yeah, you pull your pants down. And you walk.
Yeah.
See,
And then-
maybe I should have been there.
Yeah. And then, yo, all three of us, like,
Yeah.
Thanks.
and then we're like, should we turn? But then every street looks sketchy as shit. So we're like, fuck. and then eventually he's like, "Hey, slut!" And I'm like, "All right," like holy shit. But then he only did that like 2 or 3 times, and then they just like I don't know. We didn't turn around, and so I don't know what happened. But eventually it stopped, and then we got to Times Square, and then we were like a little rattled, but we were like, "All right, let's like keep going." And then
I love Times Square.
yeah, and then Gavin, you take it from here. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it was kind of sick at night.
Yeah.
Like all the lights were on, and it was kind of cool. It was all lit up, and it wasn't super busy because we'd gone there the day before. It was freaking like there were just a ton of people.
Sounds like New York.
It was pretty nice. So then our hotel is pretty close, like maybe like a block from like Times Square. Like if you look up a picture of Times Square, it was pretty close. So we walked back there, and then Eiley and them got an Uber back to their hotel. So we were just waiting with them in like the little hallway lobby that they had below the actual lobby in the hotel.
Oh yeah.
So it was pretty cool. We said bye to them, and then we went up and we said good night for the night because we were tired as frick, and it was like 3 a.m.
And then we knocked the frick out, and then we woke up the next morning. I kind of slept in. Sorry, Gavin, but we were gonna get up at 9. Dude, what is your like leg fucked at all?
What?
My right leg is like being very weird right now.
What do you
Like,
mean?
with, like my nerves. Like I don't know what's happening. Like last night when I got off the plane, like weird shit started like happen. Weird like pain in my leg started happening, and I don't know why.
Maybe you just need to walk more.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm fine, but I've also
I'm fine
like,
except for that. Like everything's back to normal now, but like my right leg, like I have like weird like nerve pain.
that's freaking weird. I've also just
Yeah.
walked a frick ton, so like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then the next day kind of slept in a little bit, but then we went to Casey's place. We got Dunkin' right outside. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese, and black coffee. Felt very New York, and then set up my camera on the Gorilla Pod, and then we subwayed to Casey's place, 368 Broadway near Chinatown, and then saw the outside of it, and then we were taking pictures, and then some guy like rolled up on a boosted board, which if you don't know, boosted board is out of business. They don't make it anymore. So, and then he went into 368. So I said to Gavin, how much you want to bet that was one of his interns or something taking his old board out to get something? So yeah, really cool to see that place, and get pictures, and yeah, just be there. And then we went to Blue Bottle Coffee because I've never been, and I've heard a lot about it, and I got a mug to prove it.
He proved it.
Oh.
And it was pretty good. It was like that would be my daily place if I lived there. But then I also looked, and there was a place like literally directly across from Casey's. I think it was called like Think Coffee or something like that. And we passed it. I remember seeing it, but I saw it. I was watching one of his videos this morning, and I saw it, and I was like, "Damn, we walk right by that." So I don't know. Whatever. We'll be back. But then we went to Chinatown. Saw Chinatown. We didn't really do anything there. Just kind of walked through it because we were going to the East River to see the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge. And then we subwayed back up to Times Square, and we were going to go to a different Mexican place with a rooftop, but then it wasn't the vibe. So then we went back to the same place that we went the day before. And then Gavin rizzed up the manager with his fluent Spanish. And by rizzed up, I mean he found his name out and what he did at the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we got 3 orders of birria tacos and spicy guac and a margarita.
Freaking good.
Yeah, it was really freaking good. And like not like horrendous pricing for like what it was.
Yeah,
And
it was
like
pretty
for New
normal.
York. Yeah. and then we were gonna go to the World Trade Center, but then oh wait, Gavin, you tell what we did after that. Do you remember what we did after that?
Yeah, we wanted to go to the World Trade Center, but it would have taken long because we had to take a subway.
Yeah, time machine.
And we didn't know if there were any, like, you have to take the E train. That's the only place. That's the one that actually stops like right at the World Trade Center. We were like, going, we're not gonna have enough time. So we were like, frick it,
our
let's
flights
just,
like that night.
yeah, we were just like, frick it, let's just walk through Times Square again and see whatever's there. So we were like, let's go to H&M because H&M. So we walk in to H&M and there was like 2 security guards at the front and they were like, hey guys, we're doing like a free photo shoot. Do you guys want to do it? We were like, what the frick?
Yes.
Yes, please. So we're like waiting in line for just a second. We're like, we're just gonna be stupid as frick. Like, let's just do whatever. Like,
Let's
who
just lock
cares?
in real quick. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna lock in real quick. So you could have done it individual or together, but we're like, yeah, we'll just do it together. And we walk in there and we lock in. We're like,
Well, we were like normal, like standing there, and then I
Yeah.
was gonna keep my backpack on. I think Gavin was too, but then the photographer's like, "Do you want to take your backpacks off?" We are like, "Sure." So then we take it off, and then we like stand like normal, and then she's like, "All right, here we go," and then we're both just like, like right when she erases the camera, and she kind of like she got it. I think like she kind of laughed,
yeah,
and then she still took the picture because I was
just
worried
like
she was
sort of hyping us up.
yeah, she's like, "All right,
like,
all right."
Yeah,
like,
but we're
like,
yeah.
so
pretty
then we
great.
go around back and then we get 2 fucking like
Yeah.
8x10 prints of these photos, like nice gloss paper, custom like H&M envelopes to put them in to keep them safe, and then we get the digital QR code for them too. So we have these like professional H&M portraits, and then we started to walk actually to look at clothes, and then by that time there was like a line almost out the door of like people actually fitted up, like you could tell people like trying to get like a modeling job, and we just did like fucking like
Yeah.
that, and then the same security guard's like, how'd it go? We're like, good. And then we like didn't show them, and then we went up and looked at the clothes or whatever. It was lame, and then we left, and then went back, got my bag, and then Gavin left me, and then Gavin almost missed his flight.
That's true. It was what, like, I think I left at like 4:20.
You
And my
left
flight
at a reasonable
actually-
time.
Yeah, like I felt like it was pretty. I mean, I probably should have left a little earlier, but I thought I was gonna be fine. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because going from the airport to Times Square took me maybe like an hour-ish. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have like an hour and a half to actually get to my flight. Like, I'll be fine. Little did I know, because I don't think I've ever actually gone through the security at JFK, or if I did, then I did it when I came with my parents when I was freaking 8. So it's not like I'm gonna remember how it is. So I took the subway again from Times Square all the way to the end of the E train, which wasn't the right stop. So I get out of that subway station and I'm like, where the frick am I? So I don't see anything for like AirTrain or whatever. So then I go back down and I'm like, frick, it's the stop before that I had to get off of. So I wait for the train that's going back, get on that, and then I take it just one stop, get out, and then I'm like booking it at this point because I'm like, frick, it's already like 5:20 or something like that, and I have to be through security at my gate because it says boarding at 6:15, and I'm like, frick. So I get on the AirTrain, we're all good, and I think I got out of there at like 5:40, and I'm like sprinting around people, like I'm already just going as fast as I can, and I get to where the gate is at, or like where the security checkpoint's at, and it's just a wreck. Like they have lines that are going across the entire width of the airport, or like that terminal, and people are like lined up, and obviously I'm looking for the airline because you think like, okay, you go through the airline place and then it takes you into that specific part to go through security, but it's like this whole thing. So I should have stayed in like, I think it was like LATAM Airlines, freaking Latin American Airlines. I should have just gone through there and then gotten in line, but I ended up getting in the wrong line at first because it was freaking confusing. And then I was lined up where there was like no barrier, but it was just a line there. And I was like, is this the right line now? But people were passing by on my right, and like there wasn't anything in between us. And I was about to just hop in there and be like, I don't know what this one is, but it's moving. So, but I move. And then, so I was just sitting in that line, and like people just didn't really know where they were going. They weren't paying attention. Like people weren't moving. And at this point, it's like 6. And I'm like, what the frick? I got to board in 15 minutes, and this line looks like it's going to take an hour. So I'm just kind of waiting in there, hoping and praying that it's like gonna freaking move and I can actually get through. I'm like, I would rather not miss this flight.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting there, and I'm like, low-key stressed the entire time, looking at the flight to see if there's gonna be like a miracle delay or something to where people aren't actually getting on the plane.
Yeah.
I got a solid 2 minutes that were delayed. It was supposed to leave at 6:55 and it left at 6:57. So I got through, like I got to the other side of the security checkpoint at probably 6:45. And I'm like, Link? So I go down the stairs. People are on the escalator. I'm like, frick you guys. I'm going down the stairs. And then I was literally running to the gate. And I get there, and the door's closed. Like, nobody's out front. Nobody's in front of the counter or anything. And then, like, a lady who's working passes by and is like, where are you headed? And I'm like, Las Vegas. And she's like, okay. I explained, like, I only have my backpack. Like, please let me on, please.
Yeah.
So she calls them and is like asking if boarding.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally.
I got this little fucking twerp with a backpack. She said there's no bombing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I was wondering if you could like open up the plane real quick.
Yeah,
bro. You have, like,
literally.
a seat or two?
She's like, hi, who am I speaking to? And then she just starts talking. She's like, yeah, there's a couple passengers that just showed up, and this one just has a backpack. How's boarding going? And she like talks to this lady for probably like a minute, and I'm like, what the frick?
Gosh.
Like, are you gonna open the door? And then she hangs up. She's like, okay, thank you. And she's like, yeah, get your boarding pass, like scan it over there. It didn't scan at first, and then I was like, please look at the phone. I promise I bought it.
It's the guy under the scaffolding. You have the video now.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Wait, wrong video.
Anyway, so she opens up the door and she's like, yeah, go, but be quick. And so I'm like running down, because it's like a little ramp, and then you turn the corner, and you actually get on the little, like the accordion type hallway that they stretch out to get to the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, the stretched out hallway.
Yeah, the stretched out hallway. So then I'm running down that too, and then like an attendant comes out and she's like, is it just you? And I'm like, yeah. And I was probably like behind maybe 5 or 6 people that were still getting on the plane. So I like barely made it.
Wow.
But it was
That's
pretty
awesome.
great. And then I got back and I had to drive a whole 3 hours. So I got back home at like 4 a.m.
Wow.
I, on the other hand, had a lovely airport experience. And I felt really bad because I'm like chilling, and then Gavin's like, I'm gonna miss my flight. And I'm like, oh fuck. But yeah, how the frick did you drive? Like, how are you alive?
I slept a little bit on the plane as much as I could, even though I had a middle seat. Just knocked that table down and put my head down and hoped for the best.
Frick.
Beforehand, yeah.
Mm.
Beforehand, I got some Cheez-Its and some chips, and I stopped in Mesquite to fill up my water bottle.
Oh yeah.
Get some water. And yeah, I literally survived listening to a podcast and eating Cheez-Its. So
Oh yeah.
it's pretty
Gosh.
great.
Holy frick. Yeah, me and Claire were on the same flight back again, so I subwayed when Gavin left for the airport. Like 10 minutes later, I subwayed to, I think it was like 23rd or something. Where Jim and Claire were staying, because I was gonna meet up with them so we could all Uber to the airport together. Because we were all, well, me and Claire were on the same flight, but Jim's flight took off like 30 minutes later, or whatever. So we get in to LaGuardia, pre-check, check, clear, check, like fucking 10 minutes through security, all good. And then we get into like the main terminal area, and it's like totally new, renovated, nice as frick. I was like scared to go in LaGuardia because I've heard it's like a dungeon, but the Delta terminal is not. So and then we go in, we sit down at a restaurant, we got some fries, we got some salads, we got some wine. Holy shit, it was a vibe. And then we just talked for like an hour and a half and just had dinner. And then we said bye to Jim, and then Claire and I got on the flight, and then I like was really tired, so I got like half airplane sleep, and then landed and said bye to Claire, and then Ubered home, and then I just got back in the groove today, final this morning, and filmed a video for Belmont and did a grad shoot, and then kind of edited Prove It. Not really though, because I need to actually just lock in on it and like, I don't know, take my time on it. And then now we're doing this. So just right back into the shit. So that was New York. And I really want to go back for like a week so that we can like actually explore and not like be there for work and like just vibe. And Ryan, you should come.
Yeah, Ryan, you should
Okay.
come.
Gross, but okay.
Do you want to go in May?
May, what the fuck?
Instead of the cruise, we could do New York into Miami.
We'll look into it.
Okay. Do you still want to do Miami?
We'll look into it.
But do you want to do it?
We'll look into whether or not we want to do it.
All right.
Well, guys, it's been great. It's been fun. We did some fun things. We did some. We ate some chips, and you know.
Oh, yeah. I feel like there was one other crazy thing, too, but there were a lot of crazy things. Oh, the subway guy was good with the dancing cats. That was good.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're going to end it there. Oh, and by then I'll have my Hilton points, so we can probably get like a free night or two. Okay. Yeah, you guys are up to speed now, so sorry it's been so crazy, but we should be better about this now because school's done, pretty much. And yeah, summer is here, and we're going to do a lot of shit. We got more music on the way right after Prove It. But keep an eye out for the music video until then. We're already cooking on new shit, and it's going to happen. So we'll see you guys shortly on everyone's favorite musical podcast featuring Ryan No Strikes and special guest Gavin. Double time.
Double time.